Thanks for tuning into the Bird Call. As always, made possible by our generous sponsors and benefactors, Window World of Richmond, Maybird Marketing and Consulting, and Arson Music.
Maybird made it.
So, Richie,
What's up, man?
let me hear about your book.
The book.
I think that's one of the most interesting. I've never met anybody that's actually writing a book.
Oh, yeah. I think
Did you know he's writing a book?
I did know he was writing a book, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know anything else about it. That's about it.
I'm just curious about how that.
The process is going slowly.
Yeah.
If you're asking, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, it's I decided to start, close to home. So I picked a single father, of course, and I wanted to take him and his family and throw him into like a complete dystopian world. You know what I mean? And just to see what would fucking happen. And so that's what I've done. So it's him and his kids, and they're just trying to survive like this. I don't want to say apocalyptic, but this dystopian thing that's happening
Nice.
on the planet. And
Relative to now at all?
yeah, kind of. It's a little bit more. It's not really sci-fi. I mean, I guess you could kind of throw dystopia into sci-fi. There's more death and destruction than COVID, though.
Yeah.
Basically, this alternate energy lands on the planet, and it's sparkled throughout the planet. And through a little bit of time, they find out that this energy can be harvested. So all the major nations are fighting for it.
So obviously you said, very briefly, you said I'm basing it on a single father because that's where I come from. But what else? What inspires the rest of it? Is it totally completely pulled out of your mind, or is it you pull?
Was there inspiration for any else of it? Maybe somewhere deep down in there, I don't know. But it kind of just came out, and it's more pants writing, where you just kind of sit down and just see what fucking happens, and then kind of go from there. And
Yeah.
it's really fun to do it that way. When I first started, I had the beginning, I knew the premise, I knew what I wanted to do with the family. I wanted to throw them in complete disarray, just to see how they would survive. And I had a middle, which ended up turning out to be my ending, which stretched things out, which made it kind of harder, but it gave me a good opportunity to kill off main characters. And
What inspires you to write? You just randomly.
I think frustration.
Huh.
Really. I think
You must have a lot of that then.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of it. 100,000 words of it,
You
at
are.
least.
Your music reflects some pretty heavy things going on there.
That's just on the outside. That's just the outside show. Yeah.
What kind of music are you into?
I literally listen to everything.
Death metal.
Death metal, black metal, speed metal. I'm really into soundtracks right now. I listen to a lot of movie soundtracks.
Like Cats.
Yeah. And I'll go through phases where I just listen to soul for a month. It's just, I literally listen to everything besides pop country and pop music.
That's the best stuff, man.
I know. But yeah, it's definitely a big variety.
Facts.
Stuff.
One, I think you being a writer like that is something that helps when you're doing storyboards and all that stuff, of course.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. It's hard though, to storyboard and write, because you either have it or you don't. It's like writing a song. You know what I mean? It's either coming to you or it's not.
Yeah.
And that's the same with.
How do you overcome when you're in that sort of situation where nothing is coming to you, and say like we all do for a job, in 9 to 5 you're there and expected to have ideas and all this sort of thing? How do you overcome that sort of roadblock? What either motivates you or inspires you, or
Frankenstein's bite.
Little Frankenstein's bite practices here and there. It's literally little stuff like that where if I'm just sitting there and I can't, I'll move my seat. I'll change the music I'm listening to.
From
like
this one to this one.
Yeah, yeah, like anything.
Yeah.
Go take a walk. Like I don't go outside and send a text message. Just sitting down. I mean, any kind of change. Like if you want to write, you don't want to just you want to write about things that you know about. So you need to be in that environment to write it. So if you want to write a piece about a guy riding a fucking bicycle, you're not going to do it sitting in the parking lot of Walmart. You're going to go to a bike shop. You're going to hit a bike trail. You want to be around your content. And
so what Richie is advocating for, Matt, if you're listening, is a badass window in the office.
Yeah.
yeah, looking outside would be cool.
I mean, that helps with a lot of things. Because I guess when you're confined, you literally are just in this box, and especially like when there's 9 or 8 or 9 people in there that are super creative.
Yeah.
The way that it works to me is just like it's just constantly things are bouncing off the walls, like actual frequency vibrations from thought, and it just gets a little crazy.
It gets
a little crazy.
And it gets muffled too.
Yeah.
Like
But
I
at the same time, though, I think what that's doing is building a really strong team.
Yeah, 100%.
Like where it's like you got everyone's back type of thing, and I think that's important.
It is very important, and it's working. It really is working.
Yeah.
I mean, there's days that you want to collaborate with people.
Yeah.
And usually that's when our best stuff comes out.
Oh, definitely.
If somebody's got an idea and the other one just fucking builds it up to here. And
Yeah.
And then there's times where I just want to be by myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to be around anyone else.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need to like dive into whatever I'm doing, and
The only thing you can do is really put headphones on, I guess.
yeah, turn it up really loud, and that's it.
Drown it all out.
Try to. Yeah.
I have an idea. We should watch the Bold Rock commercial because Richie pretty much came up with the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then we can talk about executing on that and all that sort of shit. Is that cool? All right.
Yeah.
So let's pull that up.
I really wasn't involved in this at all, actually. So, it was your idea.
Yeah.
How did it come about? Like,
I don't know.
I know you've been talking about doing we're trying to.
I've been trying to push cider for a while.
As a new marketing company, we're doing work for local industries that we want to work. Like, we're just doing stuff for fun, And I know Richie had an idea. He's been talking about doing we tried with this other company. We ended up drinking both the bottles of booze. So we didn't really. Yeah.
We ended up?
Well, me and Travis.
Yeah, there you go.
And I just remember you and Scuba and the whole team just one day we're like, we're going. You came up to the office and me and Matt were chilling and you were like, please.
I don't even know if there was a please.
No, I don't even think
No,
there
that's
was a
how
please.
that's how it came across, because you guys came in as a unit and it was like, damn, you can't say no to that.
We were the people with the plan at that point.
Yeah, at that point we were ready to go. I mean, we knew the spot was
Scuba's
done.
face was saying please.
Was it?
Well, Scuba's
It
face.
always is, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
So you guys came up and you just did your thing.
Yeah.
And then I remember like Scuba came back and fucking edited that shit. Bang bang bang.
That day.
Yeah. And then through the night. And I was like, yo, this is really nice. Really.
Yeah, it came out really well. I think the whole idea just at some point just boiled up to this, like, it just came to fruition. It was just like, we got to just do it. Enough fucking sitting around and just waiting. Let's just go do it.
Yes.
Fruition.
Yeah.
That's the best thing to
Fruit.
do. So what'd you do?
Bold Rock.
So explain what's Bull Rock. That's a cider company.
It's a cider company. It's a local-based cider company out of Charlottesville, so 45 minutes away from home.
Yeah.
That I drink all the time. Surprisingly, I'm not drinking it today, but I drink all the time, and I just had this idea that I wanted to push something for them, and then it's a little funny, cute idea in the office, and we did it. We made it for him. We sent it to him, and it came out fucking beautiful.
Let's watch it.
Yeah, let's watch it.
What? Pineapple?
You know what's wrong to be with you. I never felt you wanted to.
All of it was shot in, I don't know, 2 hours besides that last piece.
Did you storyboard it all? You just went out there and did it?
Just went out there and did it.
Yeah. So I thought, just like Smartbox one.
If you storyboard everything down to the cunt hair, you're going to miss a lot of really good stuff.
Organic stuff.
Like you banging your head.
Yeah,
shit like that.
yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, oh, no, we got to cut that because that wasn't supposed to be in it. But that actually made the piece.
And we almost did cut it. Like, we almost did cut the thing hitting your head and so much of that spot, actually. I mean, we obviously cut a lot of it, but, like, we almost cut I'm Gonna Live in It.
Yeah, we almost cut everything.
Like,
we just knew it was too good. Like, we just knew that, like, we had to take a chance.
I mean, sometimes, like, there's so many creative people in our nest that, like, sometimes you just need to grab the fucking cameras and be like, hey, I got a little idea, and just go do it and just see what happens. And that's how we're going to grow together.
Absolutely.
And we're going to learn.
Absolutely.
And we're going to fail. But, like...
Yeah. Just in the past week or two, that concept has worked twice. And we've tried it twice, and it's worked twice. So I think I love the fact of you guys just going and picking, and you know, you guys all you go, or if you just need these people or that people, just someone just needs to fucking, if anybody could have an idea and go, yo, we need to fucking do this, like right now. Who's with me? All right, boom, bang, bang, get the shit, go. Travis, come on, let's go, get that shit done. And if you're passionate about it, like Scuba was with that piece, it's done like that.
Yeah. Well, he was just so happy that we went and did something. The next one I want to do with Smartbox is going to be simple. It's super simple. It's probably 10 shots.
Christmas or something?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. It's going to be 2 smart boxes talking to each other.
Yeah, what we're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're just going to get the shots.
Are they going to brag about how much stuff they have in them?
You and I are going to come back, and we're just going to get in front of the mics, and we're just going to argue.
Dude, I got way more stuff than you, man.
Yeah. I mean, just like that, you know what I mean? And then we'll just put it together, and it's going to be fucking hilarious. It's so simple.
It is.
I want the 2 boxes at the end. I want one of them's door to swing open and smack the other one.
That would make it.
Yeah.
You know, who might animate such a thing as 2 smart boxes talking to each other? Perhaps they might have an animated mouth or maybe some eyeballs. Who on our team would animate something like that? Nick, do you have any ideas?
Does it rhyme with Barden? Barcon? Carson.
Oh. Carson?
Oh.
Well, that brings us to the sponsor of today's podcast, Arson Music.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, does Arson have
the janks. He does, though.
He's got the heat.
He got the heat with the fucking nerdy technical side of things. He knows how to get some sounds out of that serum, I can tell you that.
What is the constant argument in the office about what Arson uses and what you use, Nick? Could you tell us about that?
FL Studio versus Ableton. And he told me today, while he was looking over my shoulder and I was unable to, he said, look, I'm getting Ableton.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. He's getting it.
Dang.
It's just too...
That's big news.
Yeah, because that would make all of our workflows, like with the music side of things, like crazy. Let's listen to the song that me and Carson and Carson made the whole beat. Carson did basically everything. It was like 2 weeks ago. Came over here with this beat. Had a bunch of people in here. A bunch of people just trying to get on this song, and it ended up being me and Scuba, who works with Maybird as well, and our friend Timothy on a little bridge. Carson had this beat that's just fucking crazy, and yeah, he engineered the whole thing too, and we're really excited for this jank.
Wonder when the pain stop. She wanna slide cause my drip like a raindrop. Give a dick, then I dip with the red light. It's like a breeze, how I marinate the sand lie. You better let go, let go. Got a bad bitch by my waist. Don't break a raw bread, she can spend it on bad taste. You last place, I'm in the fast lane. I'm popping sassafras with a bad thing. Don't ask, don't walk on and walk up. You never catch me when I move like this. Walk on and walk up. You never catch me when I move like this. Till I'm gone, walk it on now. They looking salty cause they know that we be on now. Acting shifty with the pivot, I'm a dawn now. Get the digi, I be swifty, I be gone now. Back and forth, don't know which way to go. Shining bright, but not be laying low. They shining slight, don't help, they pay the glow. Get your time to ride and watch the world explode, I'm gone. Way up, hey, way up, way up, hey, way up, way up, hey, way up. Better walk.
Thanks, Arson Music, for your sponsorship of the Bird Call. As always, your support is appreciated.
Always.
Check out Arson Music at soundcloud.com/RSUN_music.
Facts. Big facts. What we were discussing over break was how you just killed off one of your characters.
You did.
Can't give too many details.
Nope, don't want to give the deets, but somebody very important died today. A little over halfway through. The rest of it's going to come out real quick, though, because I already know what's happening.
I wish that there was a... So, I have a prediction that technology is going to get to the point, and it's already, like, with the Neuralink and things like this, it's already starting to happen, but, like, as soon as you think something, it will just be there. Like, it'll be like, seamless. Like, when you're picking up your phone, and you're trying to... This is a very basic example, but like if you're trying to text somebody, you just have to sit here, and between what I'm trying to say and this device, there's this medium, and that medium is my physical body hitting it like this. That is way too slow. With something like a computer and the way things work now, like it's just like I don't know. I'm not bullshit, but I would say millions or billions of times faster as far as a transfer speed. And it would be awesome if you were like a writer. You could just be like, yeah. But like everything is getting like totally like accurately documented. I don't think we're too far away from that though.
I think that a cool idea, but can you imagine the repercussions when you're drunk, texting an ex-girlfriend?
There'd have to be a way to turn it off. So with the Neuralink, you actually have an earpiece. So you have an implant in your brain. It's Elon Musk's thing. You have an implant in your brain, and then you have this little piece. It looks like a little clip, and you just put it on your ear when you want to be on.
Yeah.
And then but you can take it off, and you're off. It's creepy. Have you seen anything about this?
I've seen it. I feel like we've talked about it.
I talk about it.
We've seen videos of it in the office.
I talk about it all the time. I think Elon Musk is literally like.
I don't think I want everybody to know my thoughts.
Not everybody knows.
Well, I'm saying.
Just Elon.
Yeah. They're just selling it for advertising. Like that's it.
No, I don't think they're gonna. I don't think that's what he's gonna do with it. I don't think, but I could be wrong. I would hope not. I think he's too good of a person, bro. I think he wants the best for people. I really do.
I mean, he open sourced like all of Tesla's patents. Like,
and he said, "Hey, look, try.
Yeah.
try to beat me. Basically, everything's open source.
Like,
because you can't.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, bro, it's on another level, bro. He's got SpaceX, Tesla, the Boring Company, Neuralink, solar panels. I think it's called Solar City. He was the one that founded PayPal. Like,
did he?
One of them. He was a co-founder, I believe. SpaceX is incredible. It's literally
the greatest human achievement of all time.
It's insane. Honestly. It's insane. They literally beat our crushing NASA.
It's one of the best rockets in the world. Like,
Where's
is
their
the
funding
best.
coming from?
Elon Musk.
Elon
Musk literally, like, so he did Tesla, he did PayPal, right? And then he went and started Tesla, which was the electric car company. Back when he started that, they were like, yo, you were no way. Did that, got some success from that, got some investors, and put a lot of his own money into this thing called SpaceX. And he was like, he even said himself in an interview, he was like, there's a 10% chance that this is going to work. But that 10% is worth it for me. And he invested like everything he had into it. And that was, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. And since then, SpaceX is like, they're launching rockets it seems like every week.
Yeah.
They just put like 20,000, what are they putting, like 20,000 of these satellites into the air? You should look up that.
They put like hundreds of satellites into the like atmosphere at a time. That's insane.
You've seen the rockets that land.
Yeah, I've been watching.
So that, but the cool thing is that like that's not the only thing this motherfucker's doing. The Boring Company, all the tunnels under LA. Have you seen that?
No.
Okay. So all he's been able to do now is build like, apparently in order to build like a mile, not even a mile, like a foot of tunnel, it's like fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars. So what he's doing is he's going under the ground and he's setting up a highway system in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I think, as far as my knowledge, there's one that's a few miles long. But what his plan is, he said once the costs get down, he's going to put them like this underground. Because highways are flat, and you have cities that have high-ass skyscrapers. That's why people always go up. Then you have these fucking roads that are just flat, like this dimension. And you have all these people living like this. The congestion and shit is awful. So what he's doing is going underground, and he's putting the Teslas in little highways that are fucking like 9 feet, like this. Like 9 feet circle, really small. And they're layered on top of each other. And that you can go under people's houses. You can do whatever you need to do. They won't feel anything.
So you'd get your own tube?
You have to get a Tesla.
It's fully autonomous. Although it looks like in this one they have somebody driving, but eventually
they're just chilling.
It will be fully autonomous.
Yeah, so it's like you're driving on the road, and then you go, fuck this, and you drop down into this little, like this elevator shaft, and it takes you down to the tunnel. You shoot, then you come right back up. See ya.
And then like you can go super fast because it's autonomous.
It'd be a pain in the ass if there was a wreck.
But there wouldn't be because like it's all Teslas, so they can all talk to each other.
And it's all fully, like, how are you gonna wrek if you can't
you can't even control your car.
Well,
everything's
if just the mechanic of itself breaks down.
Well, yeah. Because it looks like they were on like
tire
sleds.
blows out. You know what I mean?
Like it puts you on like a sled basically.
And the sled actually moves.
So if the sled breaks down, then you're fucked.
But this motherfucker's sending rockets every 5 seconds. I feel like that sort of technology won't be an issue. He was like, in one interview, he said that until the cost gets down tenfold, it's not something that he can do.
Really?
He said it has to get down tenfold, but he said he has a way to do it.
Have you seen the Hyperloop that he's also like part of?
I've heard of that.
Yeah, the Hyperloop is like kind of the same thing.
Yeah, what's the difference between the Hyperloop?
Hyperloop is a passenger thing.
Huh. Oh, it's SpaceX. Okay.
Had to plug for the Hokies real quick, but
Ooh.
a bunch of other schools do it though.
Just kidding.
So like this is like a passenger thing, but it's literally the same thing.
Like you get in like a train.
Mm-hmm.
Like a
but
subway?
but the deal with
Same
this
thing.
is that it's pressurized and like it's like a vacuum in this tunnel. So there's no air resistance, and so they can shoot you like super fast. It's not like a subway train that's like
it's a fucking shoebox.
Mm-hmm.
His main reason for doing all this stuff, like he literally said that like the only reason why he wakes up in the morning is because he wants to get our species to Mars. Like that's the one thing that makes him excited. Like he's like, if you don't have anything to look forward to, like you're just gonna be miserable your whole life.
Well, I remember reading something, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago that if we got to Mars, we can colonize it. And inhabit it within 10 years.
That's what he's trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because the atmosphere will grow plants. We just have to take water up there. But then once we get water on it,
Yep.
Have y'all
Yeah.
seen The Martian?
Yeah.
Like that, the book that it's based off of, and the show or the movie is like deeply scientific. Like it's like they consulted all these experts, and like most of the stuff there, like experts think is like completely possible.
is that the one with Matt Damon?
Mm-hmm.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. You excited to go back to phase 1 in COVID?
What is that? What do you mean?
Well, they're gonna
That's what
definitely
so
like.
it seems
roll
like it's
us
going
back,
to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why?
Well, like Richmond Public Schools just went all online for the fall semester.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Hanover, Henrico, and Chesterfield did not, though. I think
We
so.
got to get back to normal, guys. You know? Like,
Right?
we got to get back to normal.
Yeah.
It's not that, it's really like, if you look at the deaths, it's nothing that's like really that terrifying. However, if you look at the new cases and you look at some of these places that are coming out, Scuba showed me something yesterday. I don't know if it's fucking legit or not, but it was like some of these places in Florida are coming out with an 83 and 100% positive like return on their labs. Like everyone that goes there is 100. It's not
not
possible.
fucking possible.
Shit's getting fucking fluked up and getting fucking manipulated
have
to
you-
make it look worse than it is.
Have you considered that because of the number of cases in Florida and because of the low concentration of testing sites, that maybe those testing sites are telling people only to come with like severe symptoms, and that's why they're testing at like 83% positivity?
I would say that if it's 83%, that is
I don't think 100% is
83% is like, I'd say like nah, but like it's possible, but like 100% is not possible.
No, I agree with you there.
It can't be
I
unless
don't
there's
think-
one person that went there.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
But the thing about it, man, is if you just look at the deaths and then compare it to everything else that's going on in this fucking country, and it's like it's not matching up
How many
to me.
total deaths do we have in the U.S. right now?
I'm not even
Last
sure.
time I looked, it was like 110.
I'm not even sure, but I know that like per million, it's like like Florida, for example, and I know Texas is like 180 people die per million.
There's
Yeah.
the numbers for you.
What's the total casualty?
Confirmed cases is
Confirmed deaths:
3.48 million.
Okay,
138,000
Deaths is
people.
138,000.
Is that U.S.
Now,
or is that
It's
worldwide?
US.
Okay, so
Worldwide is over here on the right.
look at a different type of death that's going on. I don't know. Look at like fucking.
I mean, you were the one who
at
said
the
other
flu.
things are going on.
Look at the flu.
Flu's probably 60,000. But here's the thing.
I have no idea.
Here's the thing. If you ever had COVID and you die of something else, you actually died of COVID.
Between 140,000 and 810,000 hospitalizations, and between 12,000 and 61,000 deaths annually since 2010.
That's from the CDC.
Yeah.
So about 60,000 a year.
So the difference between this and flu, and like why it's so much like worse, I guess, is that like if you look at the transmission rate of the flu, on average, people who have the flu give it to 1.2 other people, and this has a transmission rate of 2.4. So it is twice as like transmittable as the flu is, and it's causing way more deaths. So like, and nobody is able to control it. There's no vaccine for it. The flu relies on like I would say like a good percentage of the population it has a vaccine for it, or just like doesn't get in situations where they're gonna get it, and then that's why the flu is like not a big deal.
I will not be taking a vaccine.
No,
Why?
fuck no.
Why?
Fuck no.
Why would I?
Why wouldn't you?
I don't want one.
I don't get the flu.
I don't. This whole thing seems a little fishy to me.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people at the top that would own that also are controlling the narrative that makes it a little bit fucking
I mean,
iffy.
does anyone else find it suspicious that one of the richest men in America leaves his job basically to go produce medicine that is now going to be mandatory to get his vaccine?
Talking about Fauci?
No,
His name is?
fucking Gates.
Oh yeah, Gates.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna make it mandatory.
Yeah, I think that's a big.
It won't be. Well, we live in this cancel culture now.
Yeah.
So if you don't
get
then
it,
come on, man.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, medical things is a whole nother thing. Like, you don't even, do you Do you ask each other if
Dude,
you
there
have
was
the smallpox
there was some
vaccine
guy.
or
No,
anything
there was
like
some
that?
guy
I
at the
mean,
gas station that I was just at, right there, and he was wearing a mask, and he was literally like so angry that the person at the counter was not wearing a mask. And you see that happening more and more and more now. People are like being, and I understand why, like, they are mad, I guess, but at the same time it's like we live in a free country and we should be able to do whatever we want to do. And the fact that all these businesses are getting fucked up, kids aren't going to school, everything is being totally fucking erased, that all the positive things that we had the last couple of years are just being erased. Everything is changing, not to mention all the social things that are changing. All this shit is to me doesn't feel natural.
Yeah.
It seems to me like there's something big and bad going on underneath all this shit.
Listen,
And
if this was smallpox, or this was bubonic,
yeah,
or if this was like a real
like
thing where it was fucking killing people,
you like yeah,
I wouldn't be sitting here. I wouldn't have worked at Maybird. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Listen, not a lot of people know this, but when it first hit the States, COVID did in Seattle, I went out and I bought $600 of non-perishable groceries. Still have a shit ton of it. I bought 50 pounds of rice, 50 pounds of flour. I bought enough food for me and my the little ones, and Richard if you wanted to live in my house for 4 months.
Yeah.
I did, because I was ready.
Yeah.
I was always kind of hoping that one would happen. You know what I mean? But I was ready. I was ready for it.
You a prepper?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I know.
But like, I got these 2 kids. You know what I mean? I also went and bought a bunch of ammo, and I bought a bunch of other things that I thought I would need.
Yeah.
Certain toiletries that you might want to have around the house. It just didn't pop off like they made it sound. But they rode that narrative it's so terrible. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Now, I feel for the people, and I have friends that have lost people to COVID here in Richmond. Fellow bartenders lost uncles and I think a grandma or something.
Yeah.
And I feel for them, man. It sucks.
Yeah,
it sucks. But it's not as deadly, as they want you to think it is. My conspiracy theory is that COVID is socialism test 1.
Do you think they've passed or failed?
It's still going on.
Yeah.
It's
I think they've got enough data from what's happening and what's happened to move into socialism or pre-socialism. And I mean, all the signs are there. Half the people are working, half aren't. The people that aren't working get more money, so we're all making about the same money. They pulled stuff off the shelves. You mean you can't find fucking toilet paper? It's just the easiest shit to make in the world. What do you mean you can't? Can't find toilet paper, can't find paper products. Still can't get Lysol. All the meat was gone, all the stuff. Now, some of that was preppers and stuff, but it don't take 5 months to make fucking Clorox wipes.
No.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Now, what are they doing? Has anybody noticed? Cash. Cash is disappearing.
National coin shortage.
National coin shortage. People aren't accepting cash anymore. You can't get cash back. There's signs on windows of businesses. It's going all digital. Yeah.
Do you think that is because they don't want to touch it? Not the national coin shortage thing. I see where you're going with that, but the cash thing.
No. And you know how I know?
Why?
Because you can still pay cash at a fucking toll booth.
You can. You can still pay coins at a toll booth.
I still have to go in and out the same door at fucking Target and Walmart.
Yeah, and when Nick and I were sitting at Sidewalk the other day, I mean, they have this thing along the side with little 2-tops, but the width of that like patio area is only about 6 feet. So half of it is taken up by that table and chair. So everybody who wants to sit on that side part has to walk within a foot of you.
The economy was going well. Unemployment was so low. All these things were being cut. Everything was going great from a fiscal standpoint. So great that China was fucking scared because the United States had finally taken back like respect and we're starting to ball. China goes, oh fuck, like this, fuck this, like we need to like stop this from happening. Like we are number one. We'll do anything to make sure that we can remain number one. and remain and fuck the United States. Bang 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 bang. That's one theory. But that theory I think that you have makes sense to me after the fact. Like, this is an opportunity for for people that want socialism to fully take advantage of it, and they are. Not only with that, from a social standpoint too, with all this other stuff that's going on, like it's everything's kind of like happening at once, and it's just interesting to me.
It's a little too convenient.
It's a little too like movie. It's like a movie.
I wouldn't even argue that it's convenient. I would argue exactly what you're saying, that it's opportunistic, because I think honestly, and this is the liberal in me speaking, that it's kind of a Democrat ploy, because look at the makeup of the government. The Democrats have the House, but the Republicans have the Senate and the executive branch. And so I think it's kind of a Democrat ploy to say, all right, in the event that the Democrats win the next election,
They have everything.
No, not even that. What can we, regardless of the makeup of the legislature, what can we do that's socialist that we can get past the Republicans? How can we bring it down to their level that they'll accept it and bring it through? Because that's what went on with the COVID stimulus check, where they were like, all right, what we're not going to do is give everybody money every week, $1,600 every week or whatever for them to live.
Yeah.
What we are going to do is a one-time payment. That was what the Republicans, that was what it took to get it through all of Congress, right, and to the president's desk. That's what I truthfully think it is.
Well, do you know what else was in that bill, right?
There's a lot in that bill.
A lot of
Immigration
disgusting
shit.
that was in that bill.
Which
it
is all
just been
concessions.
money.
Which is just
It's fucking gross.
come on, man. That has nothing to do with that. Like, people are fucking suffering. People
Starving.
need that, and you're trying to throw in shit about immigrants being able to fucking vote and
Or
shit like
fucking
that.
abortion.
Illegal
Like, whatever it
immigrants.
is. I don't care.
There's literally so much shit in it.
I'm pro-abortion. You know what I mean?
From
Like, do
on
what
both
fucking-
sides.
Yeah.
On both sides.
sides.
There was
I
just
think it's just-
shit. It was an opportunity to put
But
shit
that
in
happens
You know
with
there was a
every
second
single
stimulus
bill.
that was passed, right?
there. Yeah.
It was another like $7 trillion or something like that.
Are you talking about the one that was just like recently?
Yeah, like in June or something like that.
Yeah.
Where's that money?
Who fucking knows?
Everyone was
That went
supposed
to the
get a check for
airlines, bro.
it. Like, why?
Like, I
Let them
don't know.
fucking go under.
It went
Elon
to-
Musk will have a fucking
Did you
electric
see?
plane in
did
6
you
months.
see the thing
Facts.
about Yeezy? As a business brand, got something like
Yeah,
a couple $1 million in small business loans.
saw that.
fucking gross. Yeah,
And then like some basketball teams or something too. Like
Yeah.
I know Harvard had to give back like $60 million or something.
Yeah.
they're still
Ridiculous.
charging $60,000 for online courses.
Yeah.
There's-
Tech charged full tuition last
there's-
semester too, and they are again this semester.
That doesn't make any sense to me. If you're not on campus,
Tech is charging health and fitness and student activities fees for gyms that aren't open, buses that are barely running, and activities that aren't happening.
they're charging the same shit that
They're
they
charging the exact same.
were, if not more.
They
That's
said,
crazy.
well, they're not charging anymore. That's what they said to us. They
Okay.
said
We'll charge the same though.
they sent an email and they're like, we have already passed a resolution that says the Board of Visitors will not raise the tuition for the next year.
Why?
Wow,
How do you,
you are such a
Thanks.
generous God.
Is Sullivan's closed for good? You said.
Yeah, I think so. That's what I heard.
They just went bankrupt. COVID.
Yeah, they had been fighting. Not bankrupt, but they had been fighting.
Oh, on the piano. Oh.
The rumor that I heard is they had been fighting the food to alcohol ratio for so long,
Oh.
and they're kind of just was like, "Fuck it, dude." Yeah.
It's crazy because a place like that to me, it's like it makes sense because like during the day it's like so slow.
Yeah.
Then the weekends it's just like packed.
But no one would ever.
I just
get
why
food
why
from
is that a law that you have to sell?
Because they don't want people getting super fucked up.
But it's
but
stupid.
that's
because,
stupid. It's just
it is.
like
Because I
that's,
can go into fucking Applebee's and get super fucked up.
It just
like,
makes
For
it harder.
whatever
dollar
they have.
margaritas,
Yeah, whatever
you know
the
what I
fuck
mean?
they have
It
that
just
month.
makes
yeah.
it harder to be a business. Like it just makes it
No.
harder.
But
to
that's
be
the
a
objective.
The ob-
Because all the objective of that law, like it's a Puritan law. Like there's so many
Yeah.
laws that we still have that are just Puritan.
It's just
laws.
like you shouldn't be drinking.
Do you know that the only sex that's legal in the state of Virginia is missionary?
Yeah, all that weird shit.
In Hampton, Virginia, they still have to have posts in front of each home with the number on it so that they can hitch their horse. It's still a law.
Really?
Yeah, but
I gotta like that law.
nobody has
That's
horses
gotta go.
anymore, but they
It
got
just
it.
seems to me like that there's so many laws out there that like it's not even worth. Like it seems to me like it's fucking. It takes a lot of energy and a lot of people behind just one little thing to get through.
You know what? You know what law I really hate? It's going to make me sound really weird.
What?
Polygamy. Having more than one wife.
That's not legal?
It's illegal.
It's
and
illegal?
I think it should be legal.
That should be totally illegal.
Yeah.
Do you know why it's illegal?
Probably because of religion.
Kind of. So back, I don't fucking know when.
Taxes.
Back in taxes?
No, is it legal because of money?
Nope.
Okay.
So
That's a good guess, though.
Yeah.
way back, I don't know fucking when, before like fucking kings and queens and all that shit, Victorian times,
Those are the good days.
and the good old days. So
I remember them well.
the theory was that if men went to war, but 2/3 of those men that went to war had all of the wives, 1/3 of those men wouldn't fight as hard because they didn't have anything to come back to.
Oh.
So it's for the losers.
It's for the fucking losers. For the ugly dudes. Yeah.
Well, good for you, Nick.
Yeah, thank God that law still exists.
You were talking about Harvard earlier.
Yeah.
So do you know Harvard, and they're doing $60,000 online or whatever?
That's what we were talking about. Yeah.
Yes.
You know they have free online classes,
Yes.
and that you can get an actual degree from.
You know,
or
that's
like
how
a certificate. I think we should all do it in the nest, so we
Yeah.
can have a fucking certificate
Harvard.
from Harvard.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I learned how to program, dude.
You have a Harvard certificate?
I don't have the certificate. I just did like
Yeah, I think
some
you
of
have
the
to pay
classes.
for it.
Why don't we
Like,
just
I think
go,
you have to pay for it.
Why
yeah.
don't we just go on Google and print it off and put it in the office?
Because that's fucked up. Dude.
That's terrible.
Why do that?
You'll
If you
take a fucking 4-week course, dude.
Yeah. Oh, Nikki doesn't have time.
I mean, if you're trying to do something like that to impress somebody, that's one thing, and that's what you
It
should
ain't
do.
trying to impress
But if
somebody.
you're trying to
it's
do
just
it to
be-
actually learn, then you obviously do it.
Well, we'll do both. We won't impress anybody, but it's just for the wall of shame and fucking Mayberg.
I mean,
Why the fuck
what
does
kind of
anybody go to
courses do-
college, bro? Why the fuck does anybody go to college?
Because you don't know.
to
'Cause
learn
you're told
something.
to. You don't know what else
No,
to
no,
do.
no. To learn something and to impress people.
And they party.
Wow. That.
They have fun.
No.
College was a nice buffer zone
Yeah.
between 18 and like real life.
I
like-
learned more in college about just being like a person and an adult
Yeah.
than
But I feel like that
the
would have happened
classes.
anyways, even if
Yeah.
you weren't in college.
Yeah, it
But-
would have. But college is a great like insulated place to do
It's like
that.
it's like a cocoon.
Yeah.
It's like its own like, which is weird. It's like its own world.
Well,
I
I
didn't start
tell you,
going to
boys-
college until I was almost 35. So
Did you go to online or physical?
to physical, to Sarge.
Yeah.
It's fucking tough transition though.
What do you mean?
Like coming out of college
No
and going into the
shit.
real world, like it's fucking crazy.
It's everything they told you isn't true.
Oh, that's a fact.
I remember I was in business school and they were like, "Oh man, when you guys get out of here, man, you're gonna be making $70,000. You're gonna be great, man. You're gonna be great. You're gonna be great." I came out. I got an insurance job for $35,000 a year, car insurance. Hated it. I eventually got fired because I didn't show up. I just was always late, like I'm always am, because that's the way I live my life. It's my time.
Well, Grandma says if you're good at it, stick with it.
Exactly. But the thing is I was good at it. I was like doing claims in Texas, and they were like, "Yo, you're one of the best here, but like I can't have you influencing my team with your tardiness." And then, one time was too much. Anyways, after that, I was unemployed for like 2 or 3 months, living right on Hanover Avenue in Robinson, right by Curbside Cafe, in a basement. I made it into a studio. And then I worked as a dishwasher for $8 an hour at fucking Boca Tacos. Then I made it all
Right
the way
across the street.
right across the street. I didn't have to leave. I remember I was drunk one day, like as an unemployed 22, 23-year-old, 23 at that time, probably just chilling, drinking. I was like, you know what? I need a job because, like, I literally am just what am I doing with my life? Walked over, and I talked, and I was like, hey, do you guys have any available positions? And they're like, yeah, maybe, blah, blah, blah. I worked my way into being a dishwasher. Then I worked my way up to a line cook, and then I got fired from that because I was drinking 40s in the bottle. I drank 40s like every shift that I had. I would drink 2 40s.
Typical line cook move, honestly. Yeah.
Facts. I really started when I was a dishwasher though, because like I was down Boca had like, you have the main floor, and then you have these stairs that go into a basement, and the dish pit was like its own thing. and like I would just store them under there and just chug. I'd go right. There's a convenience store right down the street on Robinson, right there. I would go there every time, 240s, and I would always get Steel Reserve.
Yeah, good ones.
And then eventually, like they found them like multiple times, and got fired from that. So then I went to Terrence, and I was a salad prep dude.
Terrence.
It was like the food and being on that side of the food industry, like it was just, it's hard.
Yeah.
And it's super like not rewarding.
No, it's not rewarding.
It is not rewarding. And you get yelled at all the time. Especially at Terrence.
Yeah, Terrence. I heard it was a terrible, terrible company to work for.
Wait, was I the one asking you about the guy at Terrence who's actually cool? His name's Steve?
Yeah, Stevie.
Yeah. Stevie's cool. I'd
I'd
like to see him again.
He was at supper with me and he was there obviously for a long time before I got there. But he's gone now.
You don't know where he is?
He just recently
That's
left
the
supper.
crazy thing about that industry is that people just literally are there and then they're gone and you never see them and then maybe you'll run into them again, but like it's like the turnover rate is incredible.
It's one of the highest in the whole entire country.
How is that like?
Did you ever go to Pi?
Yes, with the upstairs.
You did?
Yeah, I used to go there with my work buddies, like my restaurant buddies.
Really?
I used to know
at Terrence. So
I used to go with Kelly.
Kelly Powers?
Yes.
No
and you
way.
know
Neil.
He was a line cook.
Where?
At Terrence.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds familiar. But Kelly Powers was at Boca with me. And so was Steve Sparrow.
Stevie?
Stevie. No. There's another guy who was a bartender. And he also worked at a Main Street and cut hair. His name was Steve something.
I don't think I know him.
But, yeah.
You know I ran that bar.
What bar?
Pi.
Oh, really?
For like 3 years, yeah.
I just remember going there and I was fucking fucked up. I was doing blow.
Yeah, I love hearing old pie stories, man. Everyone in Richmond that like partying around there
was
has a
cool.
fucking pie story.
What happened to it?
The owner just, he was fucking, someone said this once, he's penny, what do you say? Penny smart, dollar stupid.
What does that mean?
He's a fucking penny pincher. He's good at penny pinching.
But he's terrible at big decisions.
He's terrible at big decisions, man. Horrible.
Damn.
And he just ran it into the ground. I mean, we held, 72 people? And Thursday, Friday, Saturday, there's a line down the block getting in that fucking place.
That's interesting.
From like 8 o'clock to 2 p.m.
It's also crazy how like it almost seems like the restaurant industry in Richmond, at least, is the only experience I have, is like a high school. It's like everyone knows each other.
Yeah.
Like everyone kind of sleeps with each other, and like it's just like everyone also goes out after work together. Like maybe it's because you're on weird schedules and shit too.
It is, and you like you bar hop and you go see your friends, and and you make new friends. Be like, walk into.
You're like, oh, you work there?
Like,
yeah, I work here.
Bye,
I know the thing.
Shit. What? Yeah, is that Steven?
Are you guys in the middle of it?
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Scooby Doo.
I just didn't want to fucking knock it.
No, yeah, you good. What's up, guys? Hey.
Okay, so you have to be very quiet, okay?
No, we're kind of.
Look, hey, get over there in that camera. Get over there. Get over there in that camera. Hey, we got a guest, another guest on the Bird Call today. None other than our sponsor from the last video. It's none other than Richie. Who is it?
Scooby
Scooby Dooby.
Scooby Snacks.
Scooby Snacks. Steven. Scuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah, pretty much we go to work together. We come home together. We all hang out with only each other. This is all we do. So yeah, folks, you guys don't know, I'm Scuba Gooding Jr. And I approved this podcast one day. Do not put any of this in here. I don't know what the fuck you guys are doing. I just want to do this. I'm dead ass sober. I feel like a deer in headlights. Literally. Okay. I don't even know what to do. I'm out here.
Oh my god.
Woo!
Thank you for your support.
You just missed a really good conversation there.
Yeah, you did actually.
Very good.
Thanks for tuning into the Bird Call. As always, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Window World of Richmond, Maybird Marketing and Consulting, and Arson Music. Be sure to catch the Bird Call on all your favorite podcast apps or on our YouTube channel every Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Cheers to you, and have a good one.